In the foggy city of Edinburgh, Scotland, in 1847, a boy was born who would one day carry the sound of humanity across the world. His name was Alexander Graham Bell. From a young age, Bell was fascinated by the mysteries of sound. But for him, sound wasn't just science. It was personal. His mother, Eliza, was almost completely deaf. So he learned to communicate with her through touch, sight, and movement. It was in silence that he discovered the power of voice. His father, Alexander Melville Bell, was a speech teacher who developed a method called visible speech, symbols to help the deaf speak. Young Bell was surrounded by a world of ideas, symbols, and sounds never heard. As a curious teenager, he spent his days sketching inventions, experimenting with sound, and reading about electricity. He wasn't just playing, he was preparing. The Bell family moved to Canada and then to Boston, where Alexander began teaching deaf students. Among them were brilliant minds, including a young Helen Keller, whom he would guide and inspire for years. But Bell's mind was restless. He was haunted by a question. Could the human voice travel through a wire, like electricity? Alongside his assistant, Thomas Watson, Bell worked tirelessly in a modest workshop. They tested magnets, coils, membranes, and metal plates. Failure followed failure, but Bell never gave up. Then, on March 10, 1876, it happened. Bell spoke into his device. "Mr. Watson, come here. I want to see you." Watson, in the next room, heard him, clear as day. The telephone was born. Soon after, Bell patented the invention, just hours before a rival named Elisha Gray. Lawsuits followed. Accusations flew. But Bell stood his ground, and history took his side. He demonstrated the telephone to shocked crowds as voices traveled across cities, then countries, then oceans. But Bell wasn't done. He helped form the Bell Telephone Company. He explored flying machines, hydrofoils, and sound recording. He remained deeply committed to education for the deaf and spent time with Helen Keller, helping her feel sound with her hands. In his later years, when the phone rang, Bell often smiled, but sometimes he let it ring. Maybe he felt that his voice now belonged to the world. On August 2, 1922, Alexander Graham Bell passed away. In tribute, every phone line in North America went silent for 1 full minute. It was the quietest and the loudest moment in telephone history. Today, every time you make a call, send a voice message, or hear a loved one from miles away, you're hearing the echo of Bell's vision. A voice made eternal.